Right? Live on YouTube, and we're going to go live on Facebook just now. Let's see, change networks there. See how it works out there. And we're going to connect live on Facebook. Yeah, Facebook Live. We are now Facebook Live. Things are happening. We're changing things around. We're getting things going, and yeah, so good things ahead. And have that sort of scenario. Gonna get some light off my glasses there, but anyway, YouTube seems to be good. Facebook seems to be good. 34 seconds. Where's the members? I'm a bit early today. I'm a minute or two early. Let them get the notifications and log on. And right, picture quality is looking good. Adverts are looking good. Michelle Play, good evening. Good evening, Michelle Play. It says, good evening, people. How are you? Just had some supper, and wife is giving me some treats. Isn't that how you did? Everyone's logging on. Sorry, I missed your comments. I didn't scroll. There's no sound. Oh, okay. Mic must be off. Let me put the mic on. Let me put it on. New mic. I don't know whether on. Technical will arrive. Mic on. This is the on switch. They're saying no sound. Everything was fine. Now there's no sound. Wow. On. Is it on? Can you hear me now? No sound at all. Why? Volume? We just tested the thing to it. Right? No sound there. No on, no switch. Is it no on, no switch? Just comes on.
Yeah.
Calvin, is still no sound. Let me know. Should have logged on. I should have logged on to. Oh, loud and clear now. Hold on, sir. Right, can anyone hear KC? Someone says loud and clear, sounds back. How it got back, I don't know. We'll have to test that next time with Master Tyler.
When you
Eh?
exited, when you started doing the other things, it removed the microphone and made it the default one, which is nothing.
Okay, all right. So Master Tyler's giving us a boss look like. I must get you a nice Range Rover Sport top to put on. Get the Range Rover Sport. Yeah, I'm doing G. Get me a Porsche top, man. Porsche top. How's it? Okay, sorry about that. New microphone setup, and we're good to go. YouTube is on. People are on YouTube. It's still giving bad connection. I'm on an MTN connection there, by the way. Loud and fucking clear. And that's what I like to hear. Ricky Ferraro. How are you, sir? Ash Yes says it's back. Thank you. Sorry about that. We are getting there. My technical guy is only 15 years old. We got a new mic. We got a new setup. How's our new setup on Facebook, man? What a thing. Wednesday, the 14th of October. Welcome. Hump Day. 14th of October. Good afternoon and welcome. How's the sound, guys? Does the sound good? I've got a microphone. There's no more echo. You can hear me loud and clear. I'm going to do a quick sound check. Cunt. Cunt. Can you hear that? Oh, your back sound is good. Can you hear me? Cunt. Is it loud and clear? It sounded like indicators it's working, it's not working. Good is good. Right. Ashwin, you're confusing me, dude. You're saying it's working, it's not working. If you say things that I'm not sure what you're talking about, because then you're confusing me. Sound is fine. Flower fine. Good, says Janice. Thank you, Janice, because I don't know what Ashwin is talking about. He just sound is good. Thank you, Nizam. I don't know what Ashwin is on about. Always confuses me with his comments. Right, good afternoon, welcome. Wednesday, 14th of October, we're live on 2 channels on YouTube and on Facebook. Buffering a bit. Why is it? Right, so let me also ask you that. I'm on a direct rain. I don't know, there's no sound on my side. Oh, Sanveer, then you got a problem on your side, dude. Action SA bring us the news on this party. No sound on Facebook, but on YouTube. All YouTube is sound. Anita says, hi, Casey, and the rest of others that are streaming. Welcome to Anita and the others streaming on YouTube. Right, so let's get straight into the action. It's Wednesday, 14th of October. Saras Gopal is reading me loud and clear. Thank you very much. 14th of April. Hashtags Vanakkam Timber. They in Johannesburg for all your board requirements. In the center there, you'll see Casey Consulting. That's my company, of course, does wills, trusts, and estate planning. Nizam Ghani was supposed to get his will done, sort his estate planning out, hasn't done that. And our third sponsor for tonight is G-Force Tires. G-Force Tires, Gulsha Khan there in Sunset Avenue in Chatsworth. Tires, mags, alignment, balancing, batteries. Yeah, for great service, great prices. Gulsha Khan there in Sunset Avenue in Chatsworth. Thank you for coming aboard. Joe's Board, Casey Consulting, and G-Force Tires. Right, health update. I'm much better today. I give you an update every day. Much better. Flu symptoms going away, but still the phlegmy cough. If I cough and I bring my phlegm up, yeah, just go with the flow, right? And I just put it into the little tissue paper that I've got here. Nishani is buffering. Nobody else is buffering except Nishani. Let's see what goes on there. We've got a direct contact with the rain now into the laptop, so shouldn't be buffering. Not buffering on my side, says good connection. Right. The GK quiz, by the way, 5,000 Rand to be won in cash. Round number 3 happening tomorrow. Tomorrow, Thursday, 8:30. So I come live with you guys on YouTube. We're going to be live on YouTube tomorrow. Come live on YouTube and straight we go to the quiz. So we're going to be live on YouTube tomorrow from 8 o'clock. I'll be on Facebook as well, but we're going to switch to YouTube and do the quiz. Round number 3 tomorrow. Put yourself in line. Final 10 gonna win 5,000 Rand. Right? Final 10. We're gonna win 1,000 Rand. Video is buffering. Well, I don't know. Direct contact into the laptop with our fixture. Yeah. Let's see. Yep. Got direct contact. Can't wait, says Janice Allen. Can't wait. No, you need one chumbo. Yeah, chumbo to spitting chumbo. Right, we take it from there. So that's tomorrow, Thursday, happening at 8:30. I'll come on at 8 o'clock, and 8:30 we will do the quiz, GK quiz. You got to be on YouTube to get connected there, or to be part of the quiz. Yeah. Right. At least the sound is correct. Yeah, sound is correct. I don't know why feed is buffering. Right. And anyway, moving on to today's sections. If you didn't know, national state of disaster has been extended, which I thought it will be extended. Obviously, because we're still in COVID conditions. We're not COVID free at the moment. Kokta, Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma, ahead of that, has extended it to 15th of November. That's right. And I don't think there's any problem with that. 15th of November. Level 2. No issues there. Right? Janice Allen is saying no. I don't know what she's saying no for, spitting chumbo. And speaking of COVID, by the way, footballer Cristiano Ronaldo has tested positive. Juventus player Cristiano Ronaldo tested positive for COVID-19. What a thing, right? Cristiano Ronaldo tested positive for COVID-19. For those of you who don't know Cristiano Ronaldo, we got no fucking hope for you. You can't not know Cristiano Ronaldo. Villainese Fritz says Kopduk is mal. Kopduk, of course, meaning in Kosazanet Lamini Zuma, referring to as Kopduk. Have you asked the president what's the story with extension, says Brendan Miller. Well, extension is supposed to be the extension, dude. We're still under COVID conditions. Trevor Sigamani is right when he says business as usual. Everyone's going about business as usual. Masks are in place, social distancing, and it's the lifestyle we need to get used to. By the way, when people speak about Janice Allen says, don't spit and swallow it, please. Hey. So what she's talking about, we'll come back to this COVID story. What she's talking about, good evening, Kogirambal Naidu. What Janice Allen is talking about is when you have a cold, when you have mucus in your nose, right? And she's saying, don't swallow it. Can I get an honest answer here? Who amongst you have not? Because when you blow that mucus out, whoa, it's horrible. Whoa, disgusting. I'll bet my bottom dollar 95 to 100% of you have swallowed that same mucus, especially those who have a post-nasal drip and those of you who pull your nose and you feel that thing going down your throat, you're fucking swallowing your fucking mucus. The same thing goes in your chest and the same thing you spew it up. Tell me you don't do that. Tell me, Kogilamal says, swallow what you want, tell her what you crave. Tell me you haven't swallowed your fucking mucus. That same thing comes out of your nose, you swallowed it. I'm going to hold back and wait because it comes back to you, yeah? It takes about 30 seconds for it to come to you. Tell me you haven't swallowed your mucus. Tell me you haven't pulled your nose and felt that going down your throat. I'll wait. Don't come here and like you haven't swallowed your own mucus from your nose. Come on. Yeah, Nara Silip says happens to all. Thank you very much. Janice Allen, apparently Janice Allen never happened to her. She said, don't swallow your mucus. Come on. How Ricky says always, come on. Yeah. And if you have a post-nasal drip, by the way, Sundar says, Casey, go get a life. Sundar, I'm sorry to disappoint you. I've been to the store, but I couldn't get another life. So this is the only life I got. If you don't like it, yeah, another fuck off, dude, right? Don't fuck here and tune us. I must get a life. Dude, agreed with you. It's correct. Sinus, of course. And you have to swallow. Sometimes I'm now live again on YouTube. I did switch network. I went to MTN, didn't work. Shirley says I'm getting kicked out. Kicked out of where? Sometimes you have to swallow. That's right. Jason, why the hell would haters appear here? Jason, you ask yourself about when you're wiping your backside and toilet paper breaks. Hell, man, then you get a gold finger, especially if you got the cheap toilet paper. Naresh, you got the cheap toilet paper, that's when it happens. And who hasn't? Okay, seeing that we're talking about wiping your ass as well, we're going to get into different topics just now, wiping your ass as well. When you, Kulamal says, when you want to spit, it somehow goes down the throat. Between. I'm not sure why I'm freezing with the network, but yeah, so Casey, do you swallow? If you're talking about mucus, if I swallow, I would say to you that often it does happen to me. You know, when you pull your nose and you're trying to get, I try to get rid of my mucus all the time, but sometimes I do swallow. Those if you have a post-nasal drip will know what a post-nasal drip is all about. You can't control that story there. Right. And just while we're talking about, somebody spoke about toilet paper and wiping your ass. Let me just ask, and you guys don't know how precious your ankle is or your ligament is once you lose it, as to how much it really helps you to sit down on the toilet, wake up on the toilet. Anyway, can I ask you this question here? I think 95% of you watching wipe your ass, right? You wipe your ass. When you go to the toilet to wipe your ass, don't tell me you don't wipe your ass. I want to know whether you stand up and wipe your ass or whether you sit down on the pan and wipe your ass while you're on the pan. Can I? Everyone slept in the Mukshali. That's right. Everyone slept in Mukshali, Vasi. So what I want to know is, and I don't know whether I'm doing it right or wrong, do you stand up and wipe your ass or do you sit on the pan and wipe your ass? Because I used to stand up And now, leave the washing out, Nishani, leave the washing out. Now I'm on the pan and I can't stand up because I've got a leg problem. So now I have to go onto one side and wipe one side, and I have to go the other side and wipe the other side. Kogi Lambal says, sit down. Look, I really want to know. I don't know. Vasi is laughing. Why are you laughing? Answer the question. Kogi Lambal is honest. She says she sits down and wipes her ass. Come on, guys, don't be shy. Nishani says sit on the pan. Yeah, I know, sit on the pan. Where else you gonna sit? Krit says, do you swallow or spit? I sit but move to the side. Yeah, you gotta sit and wipe. Shitty topics. Wipe while halfway. No, you can't wipe while you're halfway. Paul Whitaker stands. Or I'm not normal. Paul's the only one so far who says. Jacques says have to sit. Look, I was a stander, and now Paul's the only one saying he's standing. Is Paul and I standing together here? Bend over and wipe. Cook says real shitty. Shirley says sit down. Vasi says sit and wipe. Hello, my people, says Ricky. Ricky, do you, when you wipe your ass, do you stand up and wipe your ass, or do you sit down and wipe your ass? That's the topic of conversation today. Why are the people acting like me? They don't wipe. Yep. Some people act like they don't wipe their ass. They don't talk about these things. But I said, let's talk about it. Because I'm going through it at the moment, because I can't stand up. I can't stand on my leg. So I've got to sit and wipe. And it's the first time. If you stand, everything will go on the pan. If you stand, everything will go on the pan. What will go on the pan? You mean when you stand up, your ass is still shitting? Aye, come on, Aibo. Sit, because it's running. Ricky says, sit down, bro. Oh, I got a cheek problem. Wife does it. When you stand, you don't wipe clean. Really? Depends on the explosion. I don't know. When I stand, I wipe clean. I don't know about that. And Ricky says, and then wash. Oh, Ricky, you got a bidet. You got a bidet. Do you have a bidet? Do you move to the bidet? Lynette says, Casey, will you stand and wipe again once your ankle is healed? I think so. I'm a stander. You should install a bidet. Nice, ma. Sit to one side. Yep. I sit to one side and I wipe. Now I'm going to sit this side. But I don't know. I said, let me talk about it, because I started having that. Now I'm going to wipe my ass while I'm listening. And while we're on that topic, and I asked this in my show, last one, right? Last one about the shitting topic. Be honest now. And those of you who are watching and not commenting, I never knew you could sit, says Paul Whitaker. That's it. Paul is right, because I've never sat and wiped my ass. I've always stood up and wiped my ass. What is the first thing you do after shit? All his comments making me wheeze, says Vasi. Vasi, you can wheeze, no hassle. Can't believe we're having this convo. Well, I don't know. Buy once, twice, it'll be brown wash. Okay, tell me something also. Now that we know we wipe, all of us wipe, right? All of us wipe. Now, what I want to know is my next question. Those of you who watch my show will probably know what's my next question. When you wipe your ass, do you take a look at the toilet paper? It's a real question. It's a real question. I want to know if you have a look at the toilet paper. Yes or no? Be honest. Some people even smell the toilet paper, by the way. Do you, after you wipe your ass, do you look at the toilet paper? I think I must create an hose pipe attached to the pan. Which hand? Do you look at the toilet paper? You have to check if it's clean. Melissa, yes or no? Ricky says install a hand shower. What about someone craps your bucket not knowing what it is? No, I don't use toilet paper. Casey says Moidin Hussain. Moidin Hussain doesn't use toilet paper. That's fine. Rajan says yes. Ashwin says yes. Okay, I do. I must check if it's full of. Yep. And how else will you know? There you go. That's the answer. But in my show, and when I ask people, do you look at the toilet paper? People get like shocked. And a lot of people say in my show live, and a lot of you come from my show know that I go in the audience and I ask people, do you look at the toilet paper? They say, no, I don't look at the toilet paper. Then, if you don't look at the toilet paper, how will you know if your ass is clean? That's how will you know if your ass is clean? Okay, if you wash that's a different story, right? But even washing, how you know you're washing clean? You check your nails or your fingers to see if there's any residue. If you're washing yourself, rarely Naidu, how you know your ass is clean? How you know you cleaned everything? How you check if your ass is clean? You have to check. And I don't know why people get like, ooh, that's not flight, and ooh, your. That means a lot of you who don't check are wiping around with a half cleaned ass. You've still got dirt residue still lying there. I will. All right, let's leave it there. Kogi Lambal says smell. Every time I go for that, it goes, the music goes on. Let's stop the music there. Right. Anyway, that's a shitty. We're way off the topic here, by the way, way off the topic. Let's get back into the topic for tonight. We're already 22 minutes into the show talking shit. Paul says, if in the bush I use large leaves. Must look at, Nare says, must look at first wipe to see color and check for blood, and last wipe for no skid marks. That's right. You must check. Even if you don't check the first wipe or the second wipe, you got to check the last wipe. You just got to check the last wipe for skid marks. Use toilet paper to wipe and then wash, then use toilet paper to dry. Yet to invent a toilet pan with a mirror. Kogi Lambal, good point there. But I don't think you're going to see your asshole there in the mirror. You guys are crazy. Right, for those of you just joining us, good evening and welcome to the very shitty topic tonight. And we're going to get on to the real stuff now. And yeah, sometimes we have a bit of fun. By the way, let me go to the story. Last night there was a... you sounding like Malema today talking cuck. Yesterday I shared a story on WhatsApp groups and I think on Facebook about kidnapping issue happening in Chatswood. There was a BMW that was going around that one lady managed to beat them off. There's some conflicting stories, but the BMW in Chatswood, driving the car, and between the police, I'll phone the Chatswood Brigadier, who have on my speed dial. He says there's a bit of issues there with the car. The people were released last night because the lady couldn't identify the driver of the car in this alleged attempted kidnapping issue. Car has been traced in Chatsworth. The owner of the car has been traced. He says he wasn't driving. His son was driving the car. That's regarding an attempted kidnapping or theft issue in Chatswood involving a young lady on her way home. There was other incidents about the same car as well. And Naresh Sirup, what a comment to Kogi there. Can I blow my nose? You guys don't mind if I blow my nose. Say Mukshali gonna come out, right? Otherwise it'll come into my throat. There we go. Right? You gotta get it out of the nose. Hold on. Right, I'm using toilet paper because I can't afford tissue paper. And I go through a roll a day. Right, so that's the issue in Chatswood. Also, if you are following the news or not following the news, news out of the courtrooms today, give me your thoughts on this. Angelo Agrizzi. You'll remember Angelo Agrizzi Bosasa, the man who lifted the lid, the whistleblower of Bosasa, who gave us stories for years and lifted the lid on Bosasa and corruption in this country. Angelo Agrizzi today was denied bail. He was denied bail. He will remain in jail. He will go to jail actually because his bail was denied. Look, he hasn't been officially not charged. He hasn't been found guilty. The trial hasn't started. He's been arrested and charged with corruption, money laundering, and all of that. And he's been denied bail. And one of the reasons he's been denied bail is that he has no money or assets in South Africa. All or most of his money and assets lie outside South Africa, which makes him a flight risk. Right, I can accept that. But what's your thoughts on Angelo Agrizzi being arrested and charged normally, going through the process with no leniency? He was a whistleblower. He made things known to us which we otherwise would not have known if he didn't come forward and tell us the goings on at Bosasa. So I don't know. I'm the jury's out on this one for me. Or I think he would have, should have struck a deal with the state, basically being charged. You think it's right? You think it should, when you blow your nose, you don't inspect, denied bail, but a deal will be brokered. Yep, I don't know about that, Anita. Will a deal be brokered? Um, is the deal going to be brokered? NPA hit them with a curveball in court, says Naresh Syrup. Yeah, NPA hit them with a curveball in court, says Naresh Syrup. And yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, Angelo Agrizzi, hopefully there's a deal. I would think hopefully there's a deal for him on the cards that he can basically come out of this a little better than others. I mean, the people who we implicated in this saga should be fucked proper. Note that this far two white guys have been arrested with no bail. Yep, Ricky Naidu, that's what I was going to go through. Two white guys arrested, no bail. Nothing will happen to him, says Wally Smith. He should have struck a deal. Jacques van Aswierken. Well, I assumed he struck a deal before he started singing. If he just started singing without striking a deal, then he's a bit of a chop. Keep the whistleblower incarcerated to keep the truth hidden. You think so, Kuglin Munsami? He's already, by the way, he's still going to appear in the Zondo Commission. He will still appear, as far as I know. He's still got to appear in the Zondo Commission as well. So I don't know whether keeping him in jail is going to silence him when he's spoken a lot already. A lot has come out in this. This is a sad story about whistleblowing. They become targets, says Kogilambal Naidu. Correct, Kogilambal. Kogilambal, a lot of good comments these days. Very impressed with you, Kogilambal Naidu. Nice comments. They become targets. Yep. One wonders what happens to whistleblowers. Yeah. There's a lot more to the story still developing. Yeah, I suppose so. I'm just saying, I'll just ask for your comment on what do you think about Angelo Agrizzi? Should he be jailed? Should he be given let off the hook? Should he be given a lighter sentence? Or should he be killed off like Gavin Watson? Like maybe he's driving along, his car hits the wall, and then Angelo Agrizzi is dead, and there's no body, and then he's dead. And Ricky Naidu says, and those guys that are arrested are the foot soldiers who are the generals. Where are the generals? That's what I was asking. The people that is implicated in this, man, what's going to happen to them? One wonders. Vijay Padiachi, good evening. You're just joining us. For those just joining us, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome. Right, moving on to the Sienakal issue. Melissa says government has law for different races. Well, I suppose Angelo Agrizzi had to be arrested for what he had done. He had broken the law, corruption, racketeering. So he has to be charged, but he has to be jailed as well. But because he did wrong, but you have to strike a deal. Nana says he stated the only leniency is willing to return all the monies that he benefited. He only wanted leniency and he's willing to return all the monies that he benefited. What is Tulu smoking? Former public says SA should consider lowering the consequence. Former public protector Tuli Maransala says SA should consider lowering the consequences for people who played a minimal but critical role in corruption. Well, suppose she's right, depending what she's talking about. Maybe she wants to get to the bottom of it. I don't know. Ajay Maraj says, Sub Casey, how's you, Ajay Maraj? Good afternoon, welcome. Right, Sienakal, by the way, yesterday we spoke about Becky, the Chut Kele. Becky Kele today met with the farmers in Paul Rue, I think. The farmers and the police. And now Becky Kele wants all the parties to work together, the farmers, the police, to work together to stop stock theft. I said that right? Stop stock theft. Stop stock theft. To stop stock theft, which is a major problem in the area and in the farming community, right? Because this stock theft issue, Ricky says, note the farmers have backed down and they have stated that they will not be at the court. Okay, I haven't heard that, Ricky. By the way, There are different factions, different people going there, people already going there. I don't think the farmers have backed down, all of them. I haven't seen that. I will check on that. Angela will die of COVID-19 in jail before the case inquiry, says Seki Governor. Yeah, so Ricky is saying the farmers have backed down. I haven't seen anything, any big story about that. I personally know people who are going there already. They are going there no matter what. Yeah, so I don't know if the farmers are talking with one voice or if that's going around. I'm not sure. If they back down, I would say it's a good move. If they back down, I wouldn't say that Julius Malema has won or all of that. I would say back down because it's a common sense approach in terms of what's happening. I think even if they back down, the message already about farmers and people wanting to stand up, that message is out there. I think that message is out there. I would like to see a confrontation in terms of that, but I wouldn't want the result of it, if you know what I'm saying. I'd like to see the farmers and the EFF there in that situation showing a strength, showing a wanting to fight. But in all honesty, it's going to end up in a bad situation, and that's what I don't want. So if they back off, I wouldn't hold it against them. Wants to work with the farmers regarding the stock theft issue, which is a big problem. But yet again, this is what the farmers were complaining about for months and years to the Minister of Police, to Public Order Policing, to whoever. They were complaining about the same thing, about the stock theft, right? And for months and for years, they were being ignored. Nana says Senegal is going to be one tense gathering. Farmers have an army type strategy, but are going in peace. They say, yep, peace is what they say. It's true. Farmers are backed off. Says Lynette Reddy. Okay, we'll read about it. We'll talk about it tomorrow. But right now, Becky Kele wants to work with everybody regarding the stock theft. By the way, the stories coming out now, which farmers are talking about, is that the police in these rural areas, the police were well and truly involved with the criminals. In fact, the police themselves were stealing the stock, having their own farms and keeping the animals there. Now, remember, in rural areas, stock theft, cattle, all big money, big value. Timothy says the stock theft goes back to the days of the Cape of Good Hope. Yup, stock theft is an ongoing crime, and this is what the farmers were complaining about all the time. And that is what Senekal 1 did. People say it was a waste of time. It wasn't a waste of time. You see what has happened? Becky Kelly will refuse to go to this part of the world. And I want to be honest with you and tell you, I can imagine and you can imagine this thing happening and the police involved. Because remember, this is a remote police station. There are rules and then there are their rules. Tell me you don't understand that. That in a rural township, in a rural setup, the police commissioner or the station commander, the captain, public order policing, all of them know each other, know the criminals, and they've got their own racket going. I can say that it's happening there, it's happening in other places. Tell me you don't believe that. So, that is happening. I mean, even in your own township, you'll find people who know the drug laws, know this. They ignore things, they don't worry about them. You go to the police station, they'll sort you out, they'll do this for you. Tell me you don't know that's happening. Imagine now in a rural setting where there's nobody else to complain to except that station commander, that captain. Yeah. Yes. Why now, Kele, where he was all the time? Dagiwe Kele. Yeah. Well, he's been forced to address the issue now because of Senekal, because of what the farmers did, because of the action they took, because of the stand they took. Kogi Lamal says money talks. Of course, money talks. Money talks and bullshit walks. Yep. Time the government exercised this power. Took Kele a long time to respond. Yep. Well, you had to respond because Snare says stock theft is controlled like a mafia type operation. Sell it in Lesotho. Yep. It must be big business. Palming working there. Of course, Shali Reddy, bribery and corruption. Well, those are the type of things that happen in those areas. And if you are in that, if you're in that situation, and even if you know the police are doing something wrong, the more noise you make, the more problems you cause more problems for yourself. Because you're basically in a scenario where You are at the mercy of the police force and police officers. You could do nothing about it. And as the farmers were complaining and nobody was listening, suddenly now Becky Kele, he's in the area, he's gonna bring them together. By the way, I think it's just a lot of fucking hot air. Whether anything really happens remains to be seen. Ricky Naidu says this is a race war and shocking that the president said very little. This could lead to civil war and will kill more than COVID in one day. Ricky Naidu is quite correct, by the way. And what's disappointing is that Cyril Ramaphosa and the ANC is generally quiet about this. They are not addressing the race issue. I mean, Cyril addressed it in a way of picking on the farmers about stirring racial tension. But Cyril Ramaphosa is not doing anything to calm, as far as I'm concerned, to calm the racial tension and to speak to the narrative of South Africa of what's happening at the moment. But that's our Cyril for you. And I'm going to talk about Cyril now, by the way. As Ricky Naidu said, this is a race war. Good evening, Kirsney, Governor. How are you, Kirsney? Governor. I don't know what's happening with YouTube. No one's commenting on YouTube. I don't know whether the feed is good or the feed is on at all. And YouTube was going quite well. And now we're just stuck with YouTube. Government must be placed on high alert. President is scared of EFF. Rene says most farmers have extensive military background and are not afraid. Vishal says Black Monday, 25th October, they're calling for farmers to rally together to stop farm murders. Okay, the president never ever speak up against the EFF, says Ricky Naidu. Now that's what we all say, and that's so obvious that Ramaphosa does not speak out against Julius Malema and the EFF, and that's why, I was listening to Professor Adem Habib. I think he's still with Wits. I know about Becky way back when my husband was in the force as Cookspillay. Yep, we know about your husband in the force there, Cookspillay. Trevor says, I would like to see Malema attend personally on Friday. Well, he's probably going to attend on Friday. I doubt that Malema won't attend. He's probably going to attend. Amita says, greetings, all right. Very good evening. Welcome, Amita. Ace, our next topic, final topic for the evening, if we can. Ace Magashule. By the way, before I go into Ace, Cyril is very quick to respond if a black person dies by the hands of another race, but not the other way. Yep. I'm beginning to lose respect for Cyril in that way in terms of the race war. I think Cyril Ramaphosa comes across as a racist himself, but he's the president, so Julius needs to be arrested for prompting racial. Well, the DA has officially charged him for that. Xavier says government is not scared of EFF. They in cahoots with the EFF. They put the show in parliament, disliking each other. It's only a show. Also, don't disagree with you there, Xavier. This confrontation is no joke. One false move by another party will lead to a bloodbath. Indeed, it's not. Indeed, a lot of people are not seeing how really serious this Friday the 16th is. We had June 16th, now we can have October 16th. Ace will go down like a homesick mole. Right, let's talk about Ace Magashule. By the way, before I go into the main topic about Ace Magashule, Ace has somebody employed in his department. I think it's Carl Niehaus. Is it Carl Niehaus? Ace has this guy, Carl Niehaus, employed at the ANC, I think, or with Ace Magashule in his department. But nobody knows what this guy does. He's been there a long time, by the way. It's all coming out now. Senekal police cell phones have been tracked and linked to the murder of Brendan Horner, local police. Yeah, I didn't want to talk about that, Manny, but there's a lot of stories going around now about how the police were involved. And when all this comes to light, and I was reading it today about how the police is involved, heavily involved in the Senekal issue, then we go back to ENCA and Tula Sizwe, Simalani, that cunt, and know who are the hooligans and who are the goons here. I wonder will he take his head and bend down and stick it straight up his fucking ass, because if that's true, what's coming out of Senegal, of how the police were involved in all of this, yeah, then ENCA and all its members, because they call the farmers hooligans and goons for taking the law into their own hands. Uh, Right, so Ricky Naidu is saying AC is trying to get a supporter base going. By the way, I was talking about, firstly, before I go into that AC supporter base, Carl Niehaus. Carl Niehaus is somebody employed by Ace Makashule in Ace Makashule's department. But here's the thing, nobody knows what the fuck he does. Nobody knows. Everybody asks Ace, what does Carl Niehaus do? And nobody knows what he does. He apparently makes deals all over the place. Amita says, I know Ace, I used to work with him. Zuma, Julie Moyes at Lawyers for Human Rights. So I just thought that quite interesting. They have even when Ace was asked yesterday about Carl Niehaus, I think he brushed the reporter off. Yep, Ricky says Carl is a Zumist, right? He is, exactly as is Ace Makashule, by the way. Ace Makashule is a Zuma faction. RET, Rapid Economic Transformation, that's their group. The Zuma faction, Rapid Economic Transformation, that they're pushing for. Anyways, so Ace in a hole. By the way, so you know that the net is falling. The walls are closing in on Ace Makashule, the Secretary General of the ANC, in the top 6 of the ANC. Ace Makashule, the walls are closing in definitely. And to me, it seems like it's not a matter of if, but a matter of when Ace Makashule gets arrested. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And I do believe the NPA and the Hawks are really trying to get an airtight case, because Ace Makashule got away before. The Frida Dairy Project or the China Dairy Project, he got away before. Moidin says Carl Niehaus is fucking around on the 6th floor of Luthuli House. Yeah, for sure, but he's getting paid. He's there, and nobody wants to get rid of Carl Niehaus. I don't think he's fucking around. I think he's doing a job. That's why he is there. Carl Niehaus is at Luthuli House, and he's not fucking around. He's getting paid a salary for something. But nobody knows he's a man. At this point, it doesn't seem that he has very many supporters in his corner. Ricky Naidu says, now that Fikile moved from a Zumist to a CR camp, Ace wants to get rid of him. Yep, I can see Fikile is changing his tune there. Fikile hit out against Ace Makashule. The plot thickens within the ANC. When it comes to Ace, it says, I read this in the Daily Maverick, it is extraordinary that structures led by people who support Ace Makashule have not publicly followed their leaders and said they support him. So a lot of people haven't supported him. In fact, the ANC in the region that he leads in the Free State, even they have not shown support for Ace Makashule. Methinks Ace is going to go down a lonely road. Funeral I read in the Bury Ace. Methinks Ace is going to go down a very lonely road. You guys know that he met with the MK, the veterans. Mkonto overseas were veterans, and he's reaching out to them because Fikile fucked the MK up, right? So now Ace went to hold hands with the veterans. And that is a definite ploy by Ace to gather some support. Nara says, but Ace will go on fighting. He's gathering his supporters, delaying tactics like Zuma. He'll die before he's being prosecuted. I don't know about that. I think Ace, I know he's going to put up a fight. But I think once Ace is arrested, put in jail, denied bail, I think he's in jail. I think that needs to be done. But I think, but in the meantime, he's probably building up all his. But if you notice, there was a support group a couple of days back that marched to the Zondo Commission, demanded to see Judge Zondo. That's the RET, the Rapid Economic Transformation Group. and they were showing support for Ace Makashule, but there were a small lot of people, nothing to write home about, nothing fantastic. By the way, Kesley says Ace will get rid of all his rivals. Gangster Paradise will not be arrested. Lots of buffing. Is it buffering or buffering? Buffing or buffering? What are you on, Ricky? There. Makashule, by the way, the scenario at the moment in the country is that if Ace Makashule gets arrested, Makashule is put away, or Ace Makashule is arrested. The one to gain the most out of this, by the way, let me tell you who will gain the most. We, the South African public, will gain the most. And Cyril Ramaphosa, CR7, and Cyril Ramaphosa. Because, buffering, Ricky says buffering, okay. Maybe in the night, I don't know about the rain network, I have to maybe switch the network and get onto another network. Like an M-Web direct contact. It's really sad. Every network that I try is just bombing out. It says Ricky Naidu, lots of buffering. Yeah, so Cyril Ramaphosa is going to be the one to gain the most out of this, out of Ace Makashule going, because, yeah, Ace Makashule is Ace Makashule is Cyril Ramaphosa's biggest threat, and I can say our country's biggest threat and our country's biggest problem at the moment. Our country's biggest problem is getting repeated. Ace will pull a Shabir Sheikh, says Mervyn Naidu. Ricky, it seems like you're the only one. No one's talking about that as well. The buffering. Mervyn's responded with the comment, Ace will pull a Shabir Sheikh. I don't know if that'll happen again, the Shabir Sheikh story, eh? Casey Naidu makes the right point that if Ace becomes president, one must kiss their ass and say goodbye. I think if Ace Makashule comes here, we'd rather just fucking find a boat, get out of this country. Not because he'll chase us out of this country. There'll be fuck all left here. Ace will fucking, and that's a fact. I can't see Ace Makashule bringing any value to this country as a president. Thank you, Silvano, for saying that. I think Ricky is having a problem with his feed. I always want to know about the feed if you can. Look at all the politicians' court cases, Zuma, Malema, they're postponed for years. And Ace will, I don't think Ace will do that. Ace was charged with high treason. Yep, Kogilambal. The difference is Zuma has not been officially charged. You see like what happened with Angelo Agrizzi, what happened with the other guys, and what's happening with the ANC. Faiz says very clear, no buffing. Thank you for that. I appreciate your comment, Faiz. At least I know now, because I was battling with the... but I can see on my feed it's sort of buffering there. Very clear, no buffering, repeating every 5 seconds, says Garrett. So some of you have a good feed, some of you don't. So I can't fix it on my side, because some of you getting a good feed, some of you not getting a good feed. Repeating every 5 seconds, not sure what that is. Faiz says very clear, no buffering. Suppose it also depends on your internet connection as well. And by the way, and yeah, we should be grateful that Ace Makashule is nowhere in the picture for now, and is going to be arrested, hopefully. Right, it's 2 more sleeps to Senegal. What's going to happen on Friday the 16th of October? Will it be another June the 16th to remember, or will it all go away? If the farmers have decided to stay away and calling for the stay away, then I can applaud that. What do you think of Thuli Madonsela being a president? Look, who asked me this question? Let me just see who asked me this question. Amita. Look, Amita, it's pointless. I don't know why people discuss whether Thuli Madonsela can be president or whether Pravin Gordhan can be president. It's never going to happen in a million fucking years. The reason is the political situation in our country. In order to be president of the country, you have to be president of the ruling party, which is the ANC. So whoever becomes president of the ANC, by the way, David Mabuza, who's been sleeping all along, is hooking up with Paul Mashatile, and they are trying to form a coalition. If you don't know, 2022 is a elective conference year, because 2023 is elections. 2022 is elective conference year, Elective conference here is where the members of the ANC put forward the candidates for president of the ANC. And if Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma wins, or if Ace wins, or if David Mabuza wins, that, my dear friends, is our president, whether you like it or not. And as we've discussed before, in this very time, there is not one person within the ANC structures that you can see to lead this country in any way. So it's pointless asking about Tuli Madansela, Praveen Gordhan, and other guys to become president. It's pointless. Nobody can become president except the leader of the winning party. And the leader of the winning party in the next election is coming from the ANC. Action SA will never win the next election. I can tell you that much. They'll do very well, and I'll support Action SA. They'll do very well, but they're not going to unseat the ANC. Elective Conference 2022, we have to watch that, because the next president of the ANC is a president of this country. That, my dear friends, is how it works, and we can't do one fucking thing about it, even if you tried. That's how it works. That's how it works. Right. And with that, we come to the end of today's program. And thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. And if you enjoyed the show, leave a comment. Jacques says, Casey for president. Then I must join the ANC. Are you saying I must join the ANC? The ANC don't like troublemakers. The day. Nice thought, though. Thank you so much. 16th October, the farmers were told to dress with black t-shirt and orange band. And the gun must have a license. That's one group, Casey. One group. Anyone from ANC vote will always be picked. Says, yeah. Right. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the program, give a comment, say good night, do the right thing. Unfortunately, not strong enough yet. Action SA, not strong enough yet, but getting there, very, very powerful. And I think they'll do a lot of damage. Action SA, Herman Mashaba. Thank you, Jackie. Thank you, Vishal. Thank you, Shirley. Thank you, Mervin. Thank you for watching. Blackley says, I cannot imagine the future if Cyril is asked to step down. Whoa! Ricky, we don't want to think about that. Good night. Roger Naidu from the UK. In order to qualify as president, you have to be corrupt. Yup. Thank you for an awesome evening, Casey. Take care. Good night, says Vasi Singh. It was a bit of a shitty topic at the beginning. Well, shitty start to the show. But we cleaned the act up, right? Yeah, we cleaned our act up. Shirley says, good show as always. Thank you. Manny says, good night. Thank you, the Pora guy. Good night. Kritika. Hashtag I am cool. Hashtag the power of one. Hashtag enough is enough, he says. Sharon Michael, thanks. Have a good evening. Thank you. Ricky Naidu, thank you, Casey, for the excellent show. Thank you, Ricky Naidu, for your support as always and your great comments. Kat Woodley, good night. And let me get off YouTube. YouTube is fucking wasting my time.